This is, of course, Tracy. And this year, when it comes to attendance, we're going to go back to the way we've done it before in Jupiter Ed because our Wi Fi can be a little spotty and trying to scan QR codes, especially if they don't bring their ID to school, that gets difficult. So we're going to go back to using Jupiter Ed to take attendance, but attendance is not going to be mandatory. You do not have to take attendance because we are not a school. We are not a reporting body that reports anything to the state. We are tutorial. So we only need attendance for the purposes that we need attendance for. And that is strictly for the sake of participation, right? We do need to keep a list of the students who are on the premises. So we're going to do that in the foyer with either a login sheet or some type of check-in tablet, something that doesn't depend on Wi-Fi for them to check in and show that they're there. And whenever they check out, we want them to sign out also. And that's so if something, heaven forbid, like a fire or a tornado happened, we know who we have and we can make sure everybody is accounted for. But for your grading purposes, for your classroom purposes, you're not required. We're not making it mandatory that you take attendance because it does not serve any purpose, right? It doesn't serve a purpose unless it does for you. Meaning, if you're doing a lab, let's say you're Katie in biology and you're doing a lab experiment and you want to give everybody a participation grade, then maybe that's something that you do. You take attendance to keep track of everybody that was there that day so they get a participation grade, right? It's whatever you need to do for your class. And you can do that in multiple different ways. You can either have everybody write it down on a piece of paper, or you can use the Jupiter Ed app on your phone. And I'm going to show you how to do that. If you don't already have the app on your phone, you're just going to click on Safari and you're going to go to jupitered.com and click the login link. It's going to take you to this screen. So then all you're going to do is follow the directions that are in the yellow box up here. It says for app, tap share, then add to home screen. So I'm going to tap my share button at the bottom center of my screen and this list comes up. And I'm going to scroll to where it says add to home screen. And now it's going to say, do you want to call this Jupiter? You can type in any name you want and the URL is below it. Then that's how you can add that bookmark to your home screen. So Jupiter is fine. That's what it is. So I'm going to just click add in the upper right hand corner. And now I've got this icon for the Jupiter Ed access. So I'm going to click that and it's going to come back to my login screen. And I'm going to change that to stay logged in just so it doesn't log me out. And then I'm going to click here and log in using my saved password and Face ID. In order to take roll, you're just going to tap on the word that says roll across the top. And then for whatever class you need to take roll in, you're going to tap the upper right hand corner, the title of that class. There is a tab associated with that class. It's the one that you're used to seeing on the left hand menu of your screen. And then you're going to select the class that you need to take attendance in. So for instance, Algebra 1, let me pick August 15th. That's the first day of school, by the way. So these are all the students in that class period, in the 5th period, Algebra 1 class, as of right now. It may change later. In order to take attendance, if you need to, you would just tap the blank next to that student's name and then select present, absent, tardy, whatever. That first student, when you select present, is going to mark everybody in that class present. So then all you have to do is adjust those who are absent. So it's a little bit of a time saver. It's not going to let me select anything right now because the semester has not started yet. So all of the attendance is locked. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. You can still see that you have these options. Now, most of these options are not going to be applicable to you as a teacher in the class. Some of these are only things that we would mark from an administrative level because they are in reference to the entire day. Now, that being said, if you want to take attendance every day for the sake of keeping track of who was there and who wasn't, That's up to you. It's entirely up to you. I will say that if you do that, then that's a good way to say, oh, well, so-and-so was there, but they didn't turn in a quiz. They didn't turn in a paper. I've got them marked as present, but they didn't turn in a worksheet. So you can actually check back on that if you would like to for your class. But it's not mandatory. It depends on your needs in your class. We are going to take attendance as a whole, whether or not they were there that day, what time they got there, and what time they left, so that we can have that for the sake of security and safety. And that's all I have for you guys, or you ladies, I should say. If you have any other questions about this, or your phone is giving you a headache, maybe we can meet up and we can go through it. Or at the next teachers meeting, bring that up and I can help you walk through that. Or if you have any other ideas, comments, or suggestions about a good way to do that, that would be succinct. Because the last thing I want to do is put extra procedures on top of you, because our time is precious. We only have that 1 hour a week. So that being said, I'm going to wrap it up and just bring any questions you have to the next time we all meet together, and I'll see you then.